So we here in the car. We done moved it to the car because that was too loud in there.
Way too loud.
So yeah, we were talking about religious church folk. Okay, and when I say religious church folk, I mean people who act like they Christ himself.
Well,
and like what they do is so perfect. Like they ain't never thought nothing impure, ain't never sent. Okay, for those of y'all who don't know what I just said, I'm trying to say like they never did anything wrong, they never sinned.
Yep.
Okay, had no sin. Come on, help me out.
Come on now.
Help me out.
You know what she means.
And you know you're wrong. To be so heavenly minded.
You ain't no earthly good.
You ain't no good. That's all I got to say. No, but seriously, like some church folks, y'all just take it too far.
Yeah.
You know, with judging people, and you make folks just not want to go to church at all.
Yeah.
Okay. I can say I've had my fair share of being judged. I've had people who just say stuff about me, and I'm like, where did you get the information from? How do you know that's true about me?
Right.
You know, like they just assume because you're young that, and this is when I was younger, like I was in my 20s at that time. Well, I still am. But anyway, when I was younger, I had this lady come to me, and those of y'all who be trying to guess, I wonder who's it, don't even worry about all that. But I had this lady come to me, and she was like, yeah, you know, God want to change your life, and, you know, I know you hanging out with the wrong crowd, and you've been getting into trouble. And I'm like, no, I haven't. You know, she just assumed these things about me because I was young.
False prophecy.
False prophecy. And when somebody came to her and just told her about me and corrected her, she was like, oh, okay. Like she had no idea that, you know, I was working in ministry. I was the praise and worship leader at my church. Like that I was actually a licensed minister at that time. And like, she just didn't know. She was like, yeah, you hang with the wrong crowd, this and that. Like, don't assume because I wear a short skirt and some tall heels and makeup on that I'm, you know, some cheap floozy out here, you know, living my life the wrong way. Don't assume that about me because I'm not wearing a skirt to my ankles and a turtleneck like your plain behind.
This plain Jane.
Yeah. And a frizzy bun going back. You know? So.
Yeah, that's true. Like, people do tend to judge a book by its cover. And, you know, I mean, that's not right. Like, if you're going to come to somebody and you think you have a prophecy, make sure it's from the Lord.
Yeah, make sure.
Yeah. Because you can't just make an assumption or a generalization just because, you know, somebody's young.
Wonder what happened here.
So they can still see.
Sorry, y'all. Technical
difficulties.
Woo.
But yeah, let's just stop being so judgmental. Like, sometimes you don't need to actually say anything to anybody. You know, if you think they're not living right in some kind of way, you know, sometimes it's good if you just go and pray for them. The Bible tells us to cover our brothers and sisters in love. So sometimes that's just what you should do instead of talking to them or talking about them.
Exactly. And I mean, I do think it's very good to go to church and, you know, not to forsake the assembling of yourself together with other believers and, you know, to have a shepherd, a man or woman of God that feeds you with the word. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that somebody does not love God, you know, that they're going to hell because they're not in church every Sunday. You know, people sometimes make that assumption too, like, oh, you ain't been to church in a month, you know, something wrong, you know, you done backslid, you going to hell, you this, you that. It's like, maybe you in church every Sunday and you still going to hell because it's the condition of your heart and what you believe, you know, that makes you righteous before the Lord. So
that's true.
That's just where I stand with it.
That's very true. So all in all, like, let's just not be so quick to judge, let's be quicker to love people and build each other up, because that's what we need now more than ever. I mean, there's so much division in our country, there's so much hate, there's so much violence. We as Christians, we need to be coming together, like spreading love.
That's right.
When the world gets darker, our lights should get brighter.
Come on. Come on now, that was a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and people just so quick to, pound down on somebody. Like, if somebody is going through a hard time, maybe somebody is, having a struggle. Maybe somebody is out here sleeping around with different men or different women.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody is, struggling with addiction, alcoholism, or they could be on drugs, It could be something, very major. It's still not your place to point the finger at them, to say how wrong they are, to try to beat them back into the church, Like Deidre said, gotta love them back into the church. And, the fact of the matter is, not everybody's gonna go to church. Okay.
Right.
And another reality, some people sure ain't gonna go every Sunday. Okay.
No.
and it's not your place to try to twist their arm to make them be in church as much as you think they need to be in church. You ain't got to have perfect attendance on the roll to be pleasing in the eyes of God.
That's right.
Now, don't think I'm saying don't go to church. I'm not saying that. It's good to go to church, but it's more important to make sure your heart is right.
That's right. Always. So let's spread love, hope, and positivity. Judge less, love more, and let's change the world together.
I mean, my thing is, I'm tell you like this. My thing is, if I wasn't born and raised in the church, the way some of y'all church folks come off, I wouldn't even be bothered with it. I would not even do it. I would never go to church.
Yeah.
Some of y'all are so critical.
Yeah, that's
So
really
critical.
sad. And I think too, though, like, I am understanding of the fact that, like, a lot of us, we go to church because we really need to go to church.
That's
because
right.
we really need God and we really need to be changed. So let's all just kind of look at it like that, like the church is a hospital.
Yeah.
Sick people are there. I'm not calling y'all sick in any
I'm calling y'all sick. Something wrong with all of y'all. Y'all need help. Y'all need deliverance. Y'all need to be slobbing on the altar every Sunday. Snotting, tissue, makeup all messed up every Sunday. You're sick.
No. You know what? We are all sick. We are
That's right.
all in sin.
I'm
we
sick.
all need God. And, that is what the church is about, helping these people who are sick and need God. So let's focus more on helping one another.
That's right. That's pretty much what it is. And I mean, my thing is, I don't like anybody to question my relationship with God, okay? Because I interact with God in the way that works for me, okay? And I'm trying not to put nobody out there. I done had some folks make me mad about this walk with God thing. It's like, like I'm very non-traditional, unorthodox. But I still love God. I love to worship God. Those of y'all who know me, and go to church with me, you see how I worship God on the regular. It's because of my love and my heart for Him. But at the same time, if I feel like somebody need to be told off, you're going to get told off real good. and you're not going to forget that you've been told off. But, it doesn't change where I stand with God. I don't feel like you got to be, a doormat, a plain Jane, always soft-spoken, to be somebody who is passionate about the Lord.
Yeah,
you can be free to be yourself, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's exactly true. So be careful. Like we always talk about, but it's so true. Like you have to be careful how you treat people because you don't know what they're going through. You could be having a hard time too, but guess what? You're not the only one having a hard time. And a lot of times when we're going through, it's something in the atmosphere. It's seasonal. So a lot of times, a lot of other people are going through a difficult time too. So just be careful, love more. And if you're really feeling like that bad, you know, I mean, you might just want to catch the word online or something
That's
like that.
right.
You know, don't come and spread all that nastiness around the church
I sure
or
do it.
wherever you go.
I'll do it in a minute, because if I'm having a real stanky day, as I call it, you know, I'll just watch service online
Mhm.
and double, triple dog dare somebody to judge me for not being at church. Because if I come to church and you the one that I choose to chew out that day, you will wish I hadn't came to church.
Oh no! Oh no!
You will wish I hadn't came, because it just ruined your whole week.
Oh,
So please don't
man.
think I'm that nice, people, because I just come in public when I'm feeling good enough to be in public.
Yeah, you know, everybody has their boiling point. So, you
Mhm.
know, just be careful. And, you know, if you don't know what to say, or, you know, you're feeling like loose tongued that
Ooh.
day, keep it shut. Keep it shut.
Mm.
Yep. Zip it.
Hush.
Yep. And, you know, I'm saying that, but like I have to do that within myself, because sometimes like my tongue gets pretty darn loose.
That's right.
You know, because I'm a kind of outspoken person. But, you know, as I get older, I'm just learning to just keep it quiet. You know, like the Bible tells us, quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to get mad.
That's right.
So that's what I'm learning to do more and more as I get older. And I'm just encouraging everybody else, you know, just to do the same thing, because it
makes
just,
sense.
yeah, it just really helps other
And
people.
people who make you mad, stay away from those people, because
Yeah, seriously, be careful
Oh my
about being
God.
around certain people, because certain people, ooh, they
Those-
just
yeah.
know how to push those
they
buttons.
do. And some
Yeah.
people try to be like super Christians and be like, you know, just, you know, keep loving them. And some folks you got to love from a distance,
You
because
do.
you keep trying to be super Christian and be in their face all the time, and they strike a nerve, you might punch them. And then what?
You just never know. Sometimes you don't know what's like in your heart, and you're like, ooh, I never even knew that was in my heart to want to hit them.
Then what?
Then what?
So folks who make me too mad, I stay away from them.
Yeah, you have to.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm
Yeah.
not there. I'm not there. I can't say I wouldn't punch somebody. I mean, I haven't fought since I've been grown. Whew, thank God, keep me there, Lord. But
Yeah,
it's just like you just never know. So.
you never know. So y'all, let's just spread a movement of love
Mhm.
and just continue to lift one another in prayer, because we all need it, no matter,
Mhm.
you know, how put together we may seem when we go out or whatever. We may seem like everything is okay, but sometimes it's not all good.
That's
So
right.
let's just continue to pray for one another. And until then, this has been another episode of Candid Conversations.
That's right. Don't forget, say something. Like, don't just watch us. Don't even push the like button. You don't subscribe to the channel. You don't comment. Say something, please.
Yeah,
you know.
engage, interact with us. We want to hear
Mhm.
from you too, because we have stuff to say, but you know, you could have something valuable to contribute to the conversation. So please interact with us. Leave a comment below. Let
Email
us
us.
know. Email
comment.
us. Yep, candidconversations17@gmail.com.
Hope to hear from you soon.
Bye, y'all.
And if we find out y'all watching and y'all ain't saying nothing, you gonna hear from me. I see you. Kiala. Come. Bye.
Bye, y'all.